Why hype it up? That's going to be the message of this short video. This is from page 67 of my Stay Home and Sell book. I'll read it to you and then I'll expand it and help you understand this. So we use hype and bold promises to break through the clutter of the thousands of advertising and marketing messages that are begging for our prospects' attention. So that's the first thing I wrote here. And a lot of salespeople and marketers, they just don't realize, they never put themselves in the shoes or walk a mile in the prospect's shoes, so to say. They never realize that the best prospects are being chased after by everybody. Everybody wants the best prospects, right? So that's why they are the best prospects. They're the ones that are not only looking at your deal, they're looking at everybody else's deal too. And so you got to cut through the clutter of all of those other sales messages. And then I wrote here, people are tuned out. They have tremendous resistance against our sales messages. The only way to get through and break through all that resistance is to go over the top and be as dramatic as possible. You must have a marketing system that does something dramatic to wake people up, and that will break through their zombie-like fog. I really like that. Their zombie-like fog, because that's what they have, and it'll pre-sell them and prepare them to be open and receptive and listen to your entire sales message. So we use hype to do all of those things, and you must realize that the best people that you're after are the best people that all your competitors are after also. And so you've got to hype it up, and you've got to have that big, bold, dramatic promise, or something that just blows them away. The irresistible offer. I'm working up a promotion right now, and something I'm very, very, very excited about. But the market that I'm going after is huge, and there's so many people trying to get these people's attention. And so I came up with what I honestly know is an irresistible offer. It's something that is just so great that if I can just get people to pay attention, it's so great that they can't possibly say no, and yet they will say no. See, every marketer makes that mistake. You fall in love with what you're doing to the point where you just don't realize that just because you love it doesn't mean that they're going to love it. So you got to look. Somebody said hundreds of years ago that the heart and soul of every great advertisement. This is maybe 300 years ago. A guy named Samuel Johnson. He said the heart and soul of every great advertisement is a promise, a bold promise. And I think that's even more true today. Yes, of course, you can overhype it to the point where it's unbelievable. You have to back all of that up with working on both sides of the brain, so to say, because when we're talking about hype, we're talking about reaching people emotionally. That's more of a right brain kind of thing. And you definitely have to have all of the supporting facts and figures and charts and graphs, and you have to really try to build out a full marketing message. But your sales materials do all of that. If you're one of our clients, you know that the sales materials, and that can encompass all different kinds of things that we teach, do all of that pre-selling, pre-qualifying, bringing the best people to you. And you really have to cut through the clutter here. People they're tuned out. They're just so tuned out. And so it's only getting worse. Now, arguably one of the greatest marketers who ever lived, a man named Gene Schwartz, he said this, and I had it hanging up on my wall for a number of years. I'm going to share it with you. He said what people really want is a miracle. And now, this is a guy that generated God only knows how many hundreds of millions of dollars in his lifetime. And that's what he said. What people really want is a miracle. They want instant solutions. They want miraculous cures. They want the dream to be real. A lot of people will never admit that. And yet, that's really what they want. They're looking for shortcut solutions, instant results, miraculous cures. And so you don't want to lie to people. This is not about telling people lies or anything like that. This is about you making the most dramatic promises that you possibly can in all of your marketing messages that help get people's attention and do all those things I talked about. Cutting through the clutter, that zombie-like fog that people are under. So, hope something I've said here has made a difference. If you're one of my clients, keep studying all of our methods because we teach you how to do this. There is an art and a science to all of this. And if you're not one of my clients and you want to know more about what I'm doing, you can click on the link below, find out who I am, how I can help you. But don't be afraid to use hype. And don't be afraid to do just because you think it's going over the top doesn't mean it's going over the top. See, it's just, and don't listen to people around you that are not part of your target market either, because if they're not the kind of people you're trying to attract, they might think it's over the top, but it's really not. So thanks for listening. Hope this has helped. Bye for now.